Yeah, I actually think this is a great swim for Ashley Gentle. This is a good little power group. I think this is a nice scenario playing out for some of our pre-race favourites.
Ashley Gentle's pushed up into third, so she's leading the chase group. Ashley Gentle is now riding the fastest in Sector 1. Ashley Gentle is only a minute behind these lead group now. Ashley Gentle is now only 25 seconds behind Lucy Charles and Sarah Perez-Sala at the front of the race. Keep in mind, only half a lap earlier, she was almost a minute down. Now we're seeing that only after 30k on this ride, Ashley's already caught Lucy Charles Barclay, showing that the conditions, the course and the current form are so different.
Look at the way she's going past them here.
Ash again gets the purple sector for fastest lap, and she just looks so composed. Ash is a total pro. She's paced this bike beautifully. She knows what she has to do in the run.
Ashley Gentle will be the first into T2 as she leaps off the bike.
You learn a lot the first few steps off the bike. She looks good. She looks fluent. She looks like she's done this 10,000 times before. Grab the sunnies, get the socks on. She looks great, Ash. Great leg turnover straight out of the gate.
We are seeing that Ashley Gentle is the fastest runner on course as well right now. Ashley Gentle is looking better and better and better.
The splits we're getting is that Ash has nearly 2 minutes on Lucy Charles Barclay, and Annie Haug still holding strong at about 3 minutes.
Ashley Gentle is having one of the runs of her life.
Ash she's just in total control of this race right now.
As she gets down the blue chute, she takes the high fives off of the crowd here in Singapore. Ashley Gentle is back on top. She wins the PTO Tour Singapore. What a fantastic performance by Ashley Gentle to close out her 2023 campaign. We're very used to seeing Kristian Blummenfelt at the very top, but so far that isn't the case. A long way to go yet.
This is the biggest lead group that we've seen out of the water on the PTO Tour. We see the men go through transition now. Kristian's right in the thick of it. Kristian, he's all business at the moment. He's in a great position, 28 seconds back.
So here is our race leader, Peter Himmerich, over a minute into second place, Kristian Blummenfelt.
At this point, I don't think it's a race-winning lead for Peter Himmerich by any stretch.
Not with Kristian Blummenfelt breathing down your neck.
Kristian Blummenfelt and Mika Knibb have been working really well here together all day, John. They've sort of formed a little bit of an alliance because Peter Himmerich's got off the front. He's established that lead. He's now got that out to over 2 minutes.
Kristian Blummenfelt has dismounted and he's run his way into park his bike.
Because we're getting some splits now that Kristian is really eating into this lead.
Kristian Blummenfelt's now only a minute behind Peter Himmerich.
We're going to see Kristian's champion qualities here today. He's going to have to dig deep on this one, and I think he can.
That catch between Kristian Blummenfelt and Peter Himmerich is about to happen.
There it is. We have a new leader here in Singapore. Kristian Blummenfelt out front.
You can't ever go too early with Kristian because we do know he has that history of cramping. But for right now, with what we're seeing with 6 kilometres to go, he looks absolutely amazing. Kristian Blummenfelt's not holding on here. He's the fastest mover on course.
This man is rewriting the triathlon playbook. He can quite literally do it all. And he's closing in on that tape.
What an athlete.
Kristian Blummenfelt is the PTO Tour Asian Champion 2023. He's done it. He's pocketed himself a PTO Tour race, and he's done it in quite some fashion.
Taylor hasn't had her usual swim.
Right.
She'd normally be probably more 30 seconds up, which is where Lauren Brandon was. So Taylor Knibb making quick work of that 30 seconds. This is still on the first out straight away, and they do have 7 laps of this bike course.
We did expect pre-race that Taylor would have a bigger gap at this point than she does. So that working group with Paula, Ashley is working really well. And as we're seeing here at the front of the race, Taylor and that chase group, their gaps actually stayed exactly the same for the entire 4th lap so far.
Taylor will, I think, need another minute at least. I think she would want 4+ minutes off the bike on Ashley Gentle.
She's made another 20 seconds in lap 5. The gap is likely to be in that just over 3 minutes area.
Leading into this, with Taylor entering T2 here, we probably expected her to have maybe even triple the lead that she has now. And I think maybe even Taylor expected that. To my eye, Taylor Knibb looks to be running really well. Taylor Knibb is a world-class runner. She's one of the best middle distance runners in the sport.
Ashley Gentle needs to be making up about 32 seconds a lap, and she made up 32 and I think 27 in the last 2 laps. So she's right there. It's going to be a close race.
Taylor Knibb is running basically the same pace as Ashley Gentle, only about 1 or 2 seconds per kilometre slower. I mean, I don't think anyone expected to see that fight back.
Surely there's going to be some emotion from Taylor Knibb now, the current number 6 in the world. She was second at the US Open in 2022. She has brought it home. The American on home soil is the winner of the US Open here in Milwaukee. It is a fantastic and excellent A-star performance from Taylor Knibb. What an athlete.
There we go, there's Max Neumann as well. Jan Frodeno's already heading out. That's going to have to be a fast transition there for Neumann to get onto the back of this group. There, that's Max Neumann, so still comfortably in the front group. And Max Neumann's not someone that's been talked about much. He's ranked 3rd in this race. He had a fantastic year last year.
It's Max Neumann who is now leading out the men on the bike. Just to let you know that Max Neumann is about 10 seconds behind Alistair Brownlee and Carl Smith. I'm just looking at some of the pacing as well, and it's 4:10 that Alistair Brownlee's running, and Max Neumann was just over 4 minutes a kilometre. That is some pace. This is a big move here from Max Neumann.
Yeah, he's really closing down that distance. It was hovering, wasn't it? It was hovering around that 20 seconds, but he's closed it down so quick, put in a big surge to get to the shoulder of Alistair Brownlee.
Well, in fact, it's not any longer side by side. He has taken the lead.
Yeah, he's made the move. Max Neumann still leading. We're over halfway through the run now, and he's got 40 seconds on Kristian Blummenfelt.
Just 4K to go now in the men's race on this run. Max Neumann still looking strong, but Kristian Blummenfelt is in the 2nd spot.
And I think he's picked up the pace here. He's looking really strong at this finish.
There's a grimace now across the face of Max Neumann as well.
I think he's putting in time.
He's coming down the chute. He sees the finish line. He checks his shoulder as well. It's an outstanding run for Max Neumann. Ibiza rocks for Max Neumann. A wonderful day out. Do we have a new superstar in middle course racing?
Jan is the last on this pack here. These few moments here are going to be critical for Jan. He still has the fire. You're seeing that right now. He's pushing. He's 3rd right now and amongst the best in the world.
Still holding out top is Kristian Blummenfelt. And I know it's early, but he's looking good for it.
This is massive. You can't underestimate how big this is. Jan is dropping back. It's not a good sign.
And that's Jan Frodeno actually still hanging on to Magnus. The GOAT. Don't count him out just yet.
The question is, how hard has Jan had to work, and how is he feeling right now?
Oh, no.
Kristian's cramped! Not again!
No way!
Suddenly this race is Jan's to lose. Jan looks good to me. I sort of expected Jan to look a little heavier and maybe a little bit more proppy through T2 there. He looks great. Now, Jan has always run races like this. He's got where he needs to get into T2, that is with the lead group. He then establishes himself early in the run and takes over. If Jan's moving to the front of a race like this, it means he's feeling good and it means he's fit. Jan here looks so good. I've heard stories, like I've said, about how well he's been running, and we're seeing it here.
Look at him, he's laughing already. He's happy about this. He's got a minute lead. He's got 1 lap to go before he gets to cross that finish line and break the tape.
Jan's now he's entering this state of like euphoria of like, look at me, I'm the greatest of all time.
What a moment it is for Jan Frodeno, the Olympic champion, multi-time world champion. He is about to add the PTO US Open to his very long list of credentials. What a performance, and what a man, the greatest of all time. Jan Frodeno is about to cross the line and and win the US Open. Congratulations, that man.
John, this is insane what he's just done today.